Okay, welcome back to another episode of Disco Elysium, Day 2. I think there's nothing else to do here. Let's go find the detective. Maybe he's already awake. Here's a cafeteria. Good morning.
Morning.
Looks like we can get to work at once. The Union Hall muscle turned up. He points to the mess hall doors. They look rowdy. We should talk to them. Why do we need to talk to them? Everything points to the dock workers union. The belt used for hanging, the tracks in the mud, the circumstances in Martinez, my preliminary information, which may of course all be wrong, but we still need to talk to them, and it won't be easy. What do you mean rowdy? I mean ungovernable. Martinez isn't exactly enthusiastic about the RCM being here. They prefer to be policed by the union. These men here. Men who drink beer for breakfast. There's talk of an armed wing of the union called the Hardie Boys, who are responsible for said policing. I think that's them. Are these the men Gart told us about yesterday? I completely forgot. Sorry, a rough night's sleep. It's them. By the looks of it, loud and nasty, just like the manager says. One loose thread less to worry about. One big problem to replace. Find out who is in the union box. So many of them. Maybe we should call in reinforcements. That would just escalate tensions. No captain would sign off on it. Solving one murder isn't worth the conflict between RCM and the Barders Union. Okay, let's go. One more thing before we do. We won't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them, continue with our business. Yeah, streetwise. Zoom right past. Do it on your own terms. But aren't you curious to know what they have to say about the murder? They're in no hurry to leave. I think they own the place. Anyway, I leave that choice to you. Whatever you decide is fine by me. Right, let's talk to these fuckers again, see if they have anything new.
Can I help you?
About my bill. I don't have enough money yet.
Just a moment.
She's agitated, judging from the way she pulls at the frayed
And
edge
there's
of her
no
blanket.
public phones nearby.
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, Mum.
It's fine. I understand. Thank you anyway. I'm glad to see you again, dear.
Sorry, ma'am. I didn't mean to eavesdrop on your conversation. Tell me how I might be able to make it up to
Please
you.
don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working. The union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead too.
What's wrong with the phone
Manager
line?
was vague about it.
Why would we be vague about phone problems? This is something to look into later. Ask Gart, maybe. Why didn't you use his
To let the
phone?
young woman who is house sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and Gary were supposed to be back on Monday night, but they're still missing and I haven't heard from them. I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel.
A little missing persons puzzle might be just the thing to take your mind off the hangover. Okay, I'll bite. Has your husband gone missing
That's
before?
just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully. But you have more important things to worry about.
More important than a missing expedition. I don't know. Expeditions often lead to something interesting. What was this expedition your husband was on? Just some field work, sweetie. Morel was highly trained scientist. He and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of insect. They should have returned by now. They were going down the coast along the water lock to set a few traps. They'd be back by Monday. What's keeping them? Wait, who's this Gary person? Do you trust him? Oh, sweetie, it's nothing like that. Gary's loyal as they come. I'd trust him with my husband's life any day. They in a rough neighborhood? There's a nameless old fishing village nearby. We've never heard any trouble there before. There's a lot of crime here, isn't there? Can't say it's the best part of town, but I wouldn't worry too much about a pair of grown men traveling together. Some fringe science is exactly what's needed right now to spice up that vanilla murder investigation. Sounds like police business. I'll help you find your husband. Are you sure we have time to go chasing after bug hunters right now? The lieutenant tilts his head towards the vigilance in the cafeteria. I suggest we play it cool, but... I've got a premonition that this missing scientist case is connected to our main case. I sincerely doubt it. Still, I suppose it won't hurt to keep an eye out. Oh, thank you, officers. I'll be right here if we come across any signs. So your husband's some kind of scientist? Oh, yes, a zoologist. A cryptozoologist, to be more precise. What's cryptozoology? It's a pseudoscience that attempts to legitimize research into mythological beasts and urban legends. That's one opinion, yes. And people are entitled to their opinions. She's used to playing such insults off casually, but they still affect her. My apologies, ma'am. I did not mean to undermine your hobby. It's not my hobby, dear. It's a subfield of zoology, one specializing in animals that are so exceedingly rare that many assume them extinct or fictitious. Searching for such species, called cryptids, is often difficult and thankless. Frankly, many scientists are too lazy to do it. Universities these days are rarely interested in supporting the real research. The quality of research at revolutionary universities has been on decline, but as you doubt, ever since the time when cryptozoology was embraced by the academic elite. But I doubt there was ever a time. Has the green ape pen. Tell me about morale, looks, character, your relationship. Oh dear, where to begin? What does your husband look like? Well, his expression is slightly gumpy, but his eyes are always bright and curious, like a small boy's, and his palms are quite coarse from all the field work, but he's quite gentle. You can't go around rubbish all feeling grown men's hands. If you want to find her husband, you'll need more concrete information. Let's try again. Why don't you try describing him as you would one of your cryptids? Oh, he's a bit shorter than you, but with a larger frame, and he has longish white hair, usually a bit uncombed, some say wild even. Lieutenant pulls out his notebook, begins jotting down the word description. One other thing, he'll likely have all kinds of field gear on him, even if he's not out in the reeds, just in case. How long have you been married? 16th anniversary. Not the most numerically satisfying anniversary, but I like the less oblivious milestones even more somehow. How'd you meet? Via dating agency, I'm ashamed to say. I was looking to get back in the scene after recovering from my accident, and he just divorced. We hit it off, and well, here we are. All the information I need. Tell me more about the rare insect. Oh, sweetie, it's fascinating, but I shouldn't bore you with such etymological minutiae. Lieutenant gives you a sideways glance. No, I want to hear about the insect. Well, it's a phasmid, technically. Ah, yes, a phasmid idea. A diverse group of insects whose bodies resemble twigs, leaves, that sort of thing. Ghost insects, quote colloquially. Were other phasmids like Steve's, one that's living reed, disguised itself amongst the reeds on the Elysium coast. Hence the name, the Elysium phasmid. Perhaps you'll end up co-discovering the phasmid with us, officers. I knew it. Lieutenant sighs. We're going to be chasing made-up insects with cryptozoologists. It's not made-up, officer, I can assure you. It's simply elusive, as so much of the establishment zoologists doubt it exists at all. What makes you think there's a phasmid around here? Well, some teenagers were making out and the reeds saw one. They didn't know what it was, of course, but there was a brief article about it in the local newspaper about their encounter with a ghost insect that looks like the reeds. Gary sent us the clipping. So a newspaper clipping is all the evidence you have? Of course, most phasmid sightings turn out to be false alarms, but the description matched the incident phasmid perfectly, and they didn't even know what they were looking at. Enthusiasm has wiped the worry from her face. Her eyes sparkle behind the glasses. You seem really excited about this cryptid. I suppose I have something of a personal connection to the insulated phasmid. All scientists have their little hobby horses. Is it dangerous? Not at all. Why else would it hide itself so carefully? Is it valuable? Oh, I doubt it. No one gets into cryptozoology for the money, sweetie. Does it have cool powers? Yes, it can blend almost perfectly with the reeds. It's how it stays hidden all these years, centuries even. What's so special about the stick bug, then? Oh dear, I'm afraid I'm not explaining this very well. It is very special. Morel can explain it much better. I wish you could hear him describe it. You'd understand then for sure. Maybe you could convince her to tell you about some cool cryptids. Nope. I want to know everything about cryptids. Living cryptids, extinct cryptids, marine cryptids, land cryptids. Bring it on. We don't have time for Cryptology 101. Let's get back. That's all for now, ma'am. Oh, there's a dude here. Gorsey Urbeck, a thin man smoking below an exhaust hood, occasionally sipping from his mug. This must be Whirling's cook. As you step in, he nods towards a table. It says something completely foreign language. The only words you can make out are Gorsey Kubek. Okay, it's definitely not his name. Whatever you do, please don't call him Gorsey Kubek. Please, it's not funny. Got time for questions? Man pushes his cup down and replies something. His left hand arcs in the air. Do you know what's behind that door? He looks at you, then looks away quickly, shrugging, muttering to something to himself. Shrugging is an international sign for no. Got some impressive pots. Smiles. I think I don't need anything else. Save the game again.
Can I help you?
By the way, I'm going to sing karaoke here. Absolutely out of the question. Absolutely in question. First we had a sad banger. Then we need to sing this place to shit. Your body is ready, sire. I need a drink. Forget all that. Don't need a drink. Feels right. You belong here. I don't have the song though. Oh, this guy's woke up finally. It's all about money.
Let me handle this.
The woman says to the crowd in the mess hall before turning to you.
Detective disorientated. Are you still wondering where you are? This is Martinez, in case you've forgotten. I advise you not to overstay your welcome.
No, you're the gardener.
No, I'm not a gardener. I'm a legal counselor for the Dockworkers Union. So let's get to it. You're looking for Titus Hardie. You think he has information that will help you? Maybe he does. That's Titus. Talk to him. But know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong-arming, nothing official. The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest if we have to.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her. Could this be Miss Beaufort that Leo mentioned? The one that Everett sent to law school? Are you Lizzie, Elizabeth, Miss Beaufort? I suggest not wasting time on trivial pleasantries and focus on why you're actually here, Titus Hardie. Even though she has excellent control of herself, something moved behind her eyes, the way she stands and face. Easy Leo told me about you. He likes to talk a lot. You're not here to chat up the legal counsel, you're here to question these men. What if I want to talk to you, not Titus? And what if what you want is of no significance, officer? Don't test your authority in Martinez. You are no one. What's your role in all this? Like I told you, I'm a legal counselor. Do you have hearing problems? What are you going to do to me? What are we going to do to you? Starts laughing in a cold laughter devoid of joy. Union isn't going to do anything to you. It's not a crime syndicate. It's a labor organization. Goddamn right it is. Why are you so aggressive? Aggressive. You make your living enforcing violence. These people are just dock workers. So you were spying on us. Now you represent murder suspects, just dock workers. Listen, you Mortaline lackeys. You're a mob enforcing the unlawful privatization of Rivershaw. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all. And you're their bodyguards. Fuck yeah. Tall, broad shoulders man takes a sip of beer. So, is that what you come to ask, or get back to your commanders? Proposition unlawful is cool, funny. I liked that. Good start. Let's keep taking it a step further. Armed uprising. What are the union's plans? Look, a comedian. Do your job, ask your questions, and get out of Martinez. Strange. As if people don't believe a cop would be a socialist revolutionary. I should talk to Titus then.
This is where you say your bit.
A broad-shouldered man points to you with a beer can.
Detective,
The lieutenant acknowledges you with a short sharp, leaving it up to you. First, we need to talk about your attitude.
Wow. The RCM sent us some big dick cops.
Real big dick cops. Look at them, reckless, swinging in the wind. Yeah, look at the big dick on that cop. Can't tell a dick that big what to do. Must be something in the water in Jamrock.
Yeah, gave 'em real nice big dicks.
Yeah. Anyways.
You might want to start asking your questions now. It's not going to get better than this.
Do a head count first. Connect these men to the tracks you saw in the yard. Chances are they're going to match. Scan the room. It's 44. Blonde man in his 30s, overbearingly masculine. Standard working size boots, 45 or 46. Eldest in the room, probably mid-50s. Smoker, quiet. Across the other table, hobnailed working boots, sized 43. Gang tattoos, mesquite or Sarah Mazarian, in his late 30s, early 40s. He spent his youth in Villa Lobos, a housing project in the Jamrock Quarter. There were incarcerations, hard to say what else. Think is fading. And then standard working boot, steel reinforced toes, size 46, the big dick. Wide at the shoulders, lean at the hips. Rugby cap, fingerless gloves, numerous scars, a little under 40. The emblem on top of his vest says Rowing Club. A little patch reads T. Hardie, Captain. In the far corner, working boot, steel reinforced. Toes, size 44, 40-something, non-alcoholic beverages in mind. What's a pelcrum? Where? On his neck. Forget it, it's not important. Let's call this one the musician. And the little guy? Size 41, and with a light step. Not a child after all, an older man with a rat face, meaning watery eyes and two front teeth missing. In the middle, heaving, wheezing, big guy. 40, boot size 46, deep marks. Probably carried the victim over. He alone is 130 kilos. Add the man in armor, and you could easily exceed 220. In conclusion, these 7 actors were on the... These are the actors on the crime scene. Their footprints were theirs, and there's a discrepancy. One of them's missing. The odd soul, exactly. You stood there for about 4 seconds, not saying anything. Hit them with questions. Where's the 8th? Hit them with questions. Where's 8th Hardie? Fuck is with you, fella? Titus is staring at you with his tilted head. I found 8 sets of footprints, but there's only 7 of you. Where's the 8th Hardie boy? What are you talking about, madman? There's no 8th Hardie boy. There's 7 of us. We're all here. Oh. You want to be the 8th Hardie bar? We ain't hiring. Actually, boss, we've been talking. Maybe we think we should. Maybe. So the 8th... Actually, boss, we've been talking, and we think she could maybe... See, so the 8th Hardie is a... There is an 8th, and it's a Hardie girl. Who might that be? Elizabeth, the gardener? Shut the fuck up, Glenn. I'll do the talking here. Nobody want to talk about cop. It ain't good if he won't let you pursue it. Looks like the lieutenant thinks so, too. So let me get this straight. There is an 8th Hardie boy, and it's a she, and you don't like us talking about her. That's right. We're not talking about this. This is private Hardie boy matters. Nothing to do with your shit, and... You're not cops here. Don't go digging around. If you don't want a bullet in the back of your head, I'm watching you. Good. We're all watching each other. Officer, your question? Hangman in the backyard. Did you do it? So you're not just here to swing your big dick. You're here for the pretty boy. A real looker, that one. Stinks like shit, too. They love him, boss. Spent all day digging around in here. Can't get enough of that pretty boy smell. Funny. My partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you. Why is there a container belt around the dead man's neck? Container belt? Like we use in the harbor? Yes, why? Because we took it from the harbor where we work. Then we went out back and used it to hang him. We did this together, all of us, until he was dead. That's why the container belt around his neck. There's a catch hidden somewhere. He didn't confess that you could just simply take them away. It's too simple. But there's a catch. There's no catch. These 7 men have been honest, all equally come forth to tell you what happened, so they didn't waste any more of your time. All 7 together, they're diluting responsibility. It's an anti-arrest tactic. So you murdered him just like that. No remorse. How many people have you sent to the chest? Have you ever felt remorse for them? Chase Electric is a method of capital punishment in the Revachol under the Coalition. During the suzerain's reign, it used to be the firing squad. Or sent the reunion to rot for 20 years for life. He says as if it were worse than dying. And reunion, what's that? The River Escapement Correctional Facility, a military prison run by the Coalition, dubbed Reunion by the inmates. The origin of the name is unknown. Yeah, they're all bad people, criminals, scum of the earth. Rest assured, lawman. None worse than our guy. We just got what was coming to him. He just got what was coming to him. Who called the shot this night? Are you deaf? There'll be no singling anyone out. You can't rest a Hardie boy without resting all the Hardie boys. A shadow of smirk passes her lips as she tilts her head. Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could rest them all? A trick question. Don't let her lead the conversation. No, but seriously, who calls the shots around here? Who do you fucking think does? I thought she did. It wasn't a question. How you fucking stupid are you? This asshole's worse than... Titus runs the Hardie Boys Genius. That's what we're all called, the Hardie Boys. Ain't that right, Hardie Boys? Look, I think you got your answer. Mr. Law. There are some administrative differences. She gives Titus a stern look. But on that night, they all acted as one man. When did this hanging incident occur? You don't have to keep answering his questions. The fixer turns to remind Titus. I know, Lizzie, relax. We killed him last Sunday night. Seemed like a good way to end the week. How long have you known the victim? Known him? We didn't associate with scum like that, asshole. Who do you think we were? Quiet. Came around 3 weeks ago when that Pines cow first sailed in town. Happy? By the Pines cow, you mean the representative for Wild Pines? The shipping company you're striking against? No, I mean the Pines cow. The stupid-ass cow they sent us to fuck us over. But you know what? He rubs his chin, pretending to mull it over. Why don't you ask about her, the pretty boy? I'm sure she has interesting things to say when you can ask her hard enough. That's enough insinuation for today, Titus. Officer, your interview is drawing to an end. Don't waste your last question. Why'd you kill him? Why? Because it was a worthless mercenary scum, and he stepped out of line in my town. So he's a mercenary, that it? And he stepped out of line. He repeats. What kind of mercenary? The kind that shows up when you start a strike. The experienced kind, too. He and she, Shaman and Samarine written all over him. Ex-Onji's Special Forces. Alive, a grenade, the man spreads out his arms. Right here in our bar. I can't prove it, but I know he was sent by Wild Pines. They hire merc shit like that. Story of every strike here from Samara. Hold on, how do you even know he was in the Special Forces? Because one night he walked straight up to the mic and said, I'm Orange's goddamn Special Forces, and I'm gonna fuck you all. Really? Yeah, really. He had a grin and tonic up there, sang some Orange's paratrooper song, and then he said he's gonna fuck everyone. We couldn't believe it either, but he fucking did it right there, like some kind of animal. Sir, the tale is true. This is a serious violation of the karaoke code. Okay, besides crimes against karaoke, what did he actually do wrong? What? He harassed women, raped one, harassed workers, threatened to kill. So as a warning, he wipes the spittle from his mouth. From rape to harassment to threat to violence, why the strange de-escalation? He regrets mentioning it, hopes you didn't notice. Threatened to kill someone as a warning. To kill us all if we didn't open the gates, if we didn't let the scabs in, if we didn't bend over. And that was before he started coming here. Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint and started coming here every night, drinking, grabbing girls, grabbing one of ours mid-karaoke, right there on stage. He grabbed someone. The lieutenant was trying to make sense of the flood information. Yeah, this girl's on the mic, a beautiful girl, young. Gets in the second verse of Lover Lake. Fucker grabs her leg, starts screaming, show me your cunt. Why don't you show me your cunt? And then he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle, doesn't even fall down. Shakes in disbelief. This is the same girl who was sexually assaulted, raped, you said. Are you fucking listening? My man is talking to you. He took care of it. They got the girl out before anything else could happen. Yeah, me and Lejean got her out. Aren't you fucking listening? Repeats like a parrot. Something's odd here. Seems like they didn't want to talk about the rape Titus mentioned. Why not? This is a serious allegation. Make them talk about it. Right, but who did he rape then? This is a serious, very serious allegation. No, you're not getting a name. That's a Martinez matter. I'm not discussing it with you clowns. There's nothing for you to do now. He's stonewalling you. How did you kill him? I hanged him by the neck until he got real still. Now, offers copper. Didn't they teach you anything at the cop school, idiot? This is where an autopsy would come in handy. You have to work with what would come in handy. You have to work with what you know. We need more. Did you muffle him? We haven't heard any reports of screams. You don't have to clarify anything. We overpowered him, dragged his unconscious body to the tree, put a noose around his neck, and we hanged him till he was dead, steady and dead. Then we left him with the seagulls and you fucks. Make them a bit more uncomfortable first, then see if it all adds up. Wasn't he a trained killer from Orange's Special Forces? If yes, then how did you manage to overpower him? With numbers, asshole, how do you think? He looks at the woman. You're right, Lizzie. I've done enough explaining here. No, he hasn't. Not yet. Where did this overpowering happen? You fucking listening? Fucker came to our bar. It happened right here. Things aren't quite right, are they? Tice is solid as a rock, and so are the few others, but... Hold on. Right here. This one has a distinct style. He puts so much whiny emotion to everything. He says it's hard to see if he's lying, but he could be. Success. Titus solid as a rock, and so are the few others, but... First, tell me who's solid. Alan. Who looks like he might be Titus' right-hand man. The least antsy of the bunch. Definitely not the first time being questioned by the police. Shanky. Little rat-faced fellow is solid too. Always fidgety, but there's no changes there. Eugene. Him neither. Keeps mostly to his tomato juice or whatever he's got there. Who's cracking under the pressure. Fat Angus. This one, who's sweating profusely and is difficultly breathing. They've smartly kept him out of the conversation thus far. Definitely the weakest link in the chain. Hey, you. Having trouble breathing over there? No, he looks up startled. His forehead shiny from sweat. A few coiled locks are peeking out from under his worn woolen hat. Of course he's having trouble breathing. Look how fucking fat he is. The man next to the big guy bursts out laughing. Fuck off, Shanky. The big boss steps in. Angus is a powerful guy, all muscle. Keep your eye on this powerful guy. Sooner or later he's going to break like a piece of twig. Something you're not telling me. Fuck you too, Copper. Picking on Angus like this. We're done with the schoolyard shit. Just so you know, he doesn't have trouble breathing. This one is a stonewall. You won't be able to get more out of them about the night of the murder. Not yet. I have another question about the lynching. So what are we going to do now? Nothing. Your investigation is done here. Leave Martinez. Go back to your stations where you belong. I think we're going to stick around, thanks. Some things don't add up here, Titus. I've done this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess to first-degree murder, even if it's a group responsibility. We're going to look into this. Good luck with that. You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is going to hear from us. Real law officials. You're lucky you didn't get a beating. Discuss the hanging again. You're just going to get the dead guy's autograph since you're his biggest fan. No more questions. Leave. It's a bowl. Spitting it. Reeking of tobacco. You see hawthorn bushes outside. Photos of men in overalls. Okay, I think that went pretty well.
Oh, hello, dear.
What's weird is this guy doesn't, admit to anything.
Can I help you?
I wish we would go back to him and be like, dude, did you see any of this shit?
I've got nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting your time?
Are you the Hardie girl? I'm not. You could be Liz. You could be anything. You could even be a model. I'm not a Glenn, I went to law school. I'm an attorney. All right. Well, I think that's a good stopping point for the episode. Thanks for watching. See you next time.